Hi, I'm Mike Drummond. I'm 59 years old. I am in Dana Point, California.
And I am Karen Ashley. I am 58 years old and I am in Dallas, Texas. Today's date is January 13th, 2023.
Karen, tell me about who your favorite hero is and who's your favorite villain.
I will say my brother, both of our parents are deceased. With it just being the two of us, and him being older than me, I just value the stories, the family stories that he can share with me, things that he remembers about us living in Germany. So I was born in Germany. My dad was in the military. He is my number one cheerleader. He is the person who cheers for me when I'm right and even when I'm wrong. But he also, most importantly, is the person who loves me unconditionally and who keeps me grounded.
What brings you joy these days?
I will say that the fact that I am back living in my home state of Texas brings me joy. I left Texas in 1996, moved to Atlanta, lived in Atlanta 17 years, then relocated to Columbus, Ohio, was there 5 years, and then had the opportunity to come back home. And so it brings me joy, Mike. I will tell you, to have the opportunity to spend holidays with family members and friends who have known me since I was in first grade.
Can you tell me an incident or a time where you were confronted with or experienced a lack of dignity or a lack of respect?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'll tell you an incident that will stay with me forever. And this was probably the first time that I ever really came face to face with such a blatant just hate for Black people. It was a restaurant in a town called Beaumont, Texas. That restaurant no longer exists. Was out to dinner with some family members, and our bill was incorrect. It was just calculated incorrectly. Brought it to the attention of the staff. Oh my goodness. We went from, we just want to bring this to your attention, to being kicked out of the restaurant. Voices were raised, some of the names that we were called. It was quite frightening just to see the level of venom and hate. That was the first time, Mike, that I came face to face with, oh my goodness, this is real.
How old were you when that happened?
Probably early 20s.
How did it inform you of who you are and what was your reaction to it? I kind of want to know more.
When we were kicked out of the restaurant, I ran to the car, just got to lock the door because I was afraid of what was going to happen. When me and my family got back to the house, we were determined that we were not going to let it go. You know, me being young and naive, I didn't know what to do. I called the police. I called the police. The police officer who answered the phone was the nicest person. And
Mhm.
he explained to me, he said, "Well, Karen," he said, "I'm going to tell you that that's a private restaurant, private business. There's really not that much that we can do." He said, "Let me apologize to you and your family for what you experienced." And he went on to say this, and I think this is what stuck with me more than anything. He said, "But I'm going to tell you what, Karen." He said, "If you and your family really want to do something that will be impactful," he said, "you all reach out to all your family, all your friends, your church members, everybody who you know who lives in Beaumont, Texas, and encourage them to not support, to not visit, to not give their money to this restaurant. You all get busy putting the word out that this is an establishment that does not value everybody." That resonated with me, a lifelong lesson. It was comforting to know that, one, and I don't know this, but my assumption is that this was a white police officer and that he extended an apology and that he went on to give some advice in a very smart and strategic way. And that was years ago. Some would believe that a conversation like that never would have happened during that time period, but it did.
As we sign off here, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't?
That there is work for all of us to do. It takes a village and it's going to take all of us. Don't hang back, lean into it. Even if you're scared, do this work scared. It's okay. It's going to take all of us. And I'm just super excited to work with everybody to get this work done.